Hi everyone, welcome to the Lob Dunk League Season 1, the LDL. This is an explainer video to teach you what a word smash is in case you've never played it, or you might have played a word smash but you don't know what the difference between a regular word smash and a staggered word smash is. So in a sense, a regular word smash is a question comprising two clues. The answer of the first clue will always merge with the answer of the second clue. In other words, there are some letters in common. The last few letters of clue 1 happen to be the first few letters of clue 2. And teammates will basically attempt to answer these questions by answering one part each. You only get a point if both answers are correctly given. This is the interface. This is a demo game being played between the teams Kair and Rishi, Don and Kamala, Naren and Sonia. So you can see that's the order at the bottom, the order of owns, and the passing order, we're following the Mimir format, is on top with the letters indicating whose direct question. And on top, you see the passing order. The team whose question it is currently is marked in bold, and thereon the passing order is marked with the arrows. So let's take a look at the first question. You've got the two clues here. What is the capital of Spain? And who is the director of movies like Alien and Gladiator? Full name needed. Now, maybe Don and Kamala both have both parts. Maybe Don has both parts and Kamala has nothing. One of them has a guess for one part, but is certain of the other. The other might be able to work one out. There are many possibilities. 40 seconds are given to the team on the direct, and the reader will click 40 seconds after the question is read out. Now, Don and Kamala must use the time to only discuss strategy. Who is going to answer which part and who will go first. You cannot discuss the actual content. You cannot give hints to your teammate. You can't say things like, okay, I thought it was Barcelona, but it's something else. Or, oh, what's his name? I just can't remember. He also directed this movie. You can't give any hints. You can only say, okay, let me give you one. You'll definitely get two. Or let me give you two. I think you can get one. Or Kamala could say, no, I'm really bad with capitals. So you give me the capital of Spain. I think I might have a better shot at the director. At some point, one person goes for one part. Let's say Don says Madrid and Kamala says Ridley Scott. The reader marks them correct. You get 1 point for answering both parts. What happens if one of the answers is wrong? So let's go back and see. Let's say Don says Madrid and Kamala says Ridley Smith by mistake. Now it passes to Naren and Sonia. All right. Now, Naren and Sonia, they know that, or let's say maybe Naren doesn't know. Sonia knows that Madrid is correct and it's Ridley Scott. Now, she can't tell Naren things like, okay, just repeat what was said by Don, or I think you already have part one, don't you? Or did you hear the answer? No hint at the previous answer whatsoever. Sonia can just say, let me give you the second part. It's Ridley Scott. Naren has understood that what she's basically saying to him is, I'm giving the second part. I assume you have the first part. If you don't, hopefully you heard what the other team said. All this is basically silently communicated. And Naren will now say Madrid, and now they will get the point on the bonus. So whether on the direct or on the bonus, you give both parts to get 1 point. Now, what's important to note here about a bonus attempt is that it only counts as a bonus attempt if both answers are attempted, which means you have the leeway on the bonus attempt to offer one answer to your teammate. Here, say you might say, all right, let me give you one. It's Madrid. Now, your teammate thinks, can't come up with Ridley Scott, says, okay, I don't have it. No problem. You pass it. It doesn't count as a bonus attempt. But if they go for the answer and they're wrong, it is, of course, a bonus attempt. If they go for it and they're right, they get the point, just like in a normal movie. So on the bonus attempt, you have the leeway of giving one part, and your teammate can use the time to decide whether or not they actually want to go for the dunk and risk it or let it be. One thing to note here is Don could have said Madrid and then spelt it. He would have said M-A-D-R-I-D. What he's not allowed to do is say M-A-D-R-I-D or M-A-D-R-I-D ends with R-I-D. No hints to the teammate as to what the key letters are, because it could be a person whose name starts with Adrid or Drid. It doesn't matter. You can't indicate what the common letters are. When you spell the entire word. For example, if Sonia went first and said Ridley Scott, she doesn't have to spell the. For example, if Sonia were to go first and say Ridley Scott, she would spell R-I-D-L-E-Y. In this case, she doesn't need to spell Scott because it's not relevant to the smash. So however many words you spell the entire word. Let's look at a different kind of question. So let's say the question is, which elongated dessert gets its name from the French word for lightning? And the movie Argo is set around a hostage crisis in which country? So that's Eclair and Iran. Only in this case, where it is exactly two letters in common, will we tell you very clearly. In this box you can see two-letter smash. So if you see this, you can remind a teammate that remember it's a two-letter smash. So ECLAIR. Only in this case, because it does say two-letter smash, can Naren say it ends in IR, or your key letters are IR, or part 2 begins with IR, because that is very obvious. So you are allowed to say that. And then Sonia will perhaps say Iran, or she might make a mistake and say Iraq, in which case it passes. So everything is the same. We keep doing this for 6 rounds. You get an own, and then either you get the point by answering it with your teammate, or you strategically pass both parts if you feel the question is too tough, or you answer one part and your teammate misses it and somebody else steals it. All sorts of possibilities are possible. Now let's take a look at what a staggered smash is. So you'll have 6 rounds of what you just seen, which is regular smash. 7 to 12 is a staggered smash. Over here, you immediately notice that 2 clues are not being shown. We're just showing you the first clue at first. What word in soccer and basketball refers to a pass from a teammate that results in a goal or basket? Now, Kair and Rishi will discuss and say, oh, I definitely know this, or, well, I'm terrible at sports, I have no idea. Rishi says, okay, I think I have this, but I'm not certain. You've got 30 seconds basically to discuss, and any one person can go for it if you're going for it. However, if they don't want to go for it, they have the option of telling the reader, please show us the second clue. So let's say they decide, okay, we're not risking it. The reader shows the second clue, which section of the apostolic palace in the Vatican gets its name from Pope Sixtus IV. Full name is needed for this particular section. Now they look at it and they're like, okay, now it's like a regular smash. Exactly what I showed you before. Now it's a regular smash. It's a lob and dunk. What word in soccer? Now somebody says, okay, I'll give you the first one. It's assist. And the other person completes it with Sistine Chapel. And they get a point, just like in the initial rounds, right? However, if they had wanted to go for it on the basis of the very first clue alone, let's go back and see what could have happened. In this situation, Kair says, okay, I'm going to go for it. I think this is called a feed. A feed is unfortunately wrong, so you don't get a point. The whole point of a staggered smash is you can get 2 points for your team's own question. But for that, each teammate goes for it separately and gets a point for each part. In this case, unfortunately, because feed is wrong, now both parts will have to be answered by the remaining teammates. So once the second clue is revealed, Kair will have to figure out by himself what the 2 answers are for assist and Sistine Chapel. He can, if he gets them both and goes for it, he gets the point for his team. If he feels he has one of them, then he's obviously not going to waste time, or he's not going to give one part out. He'll just say pass, and the opportunity is gone, right? So let's take a look at the second clue in this case. Kaya looks at it and says, okay, maybe I have it. I think it's assist and Sistine Chapel. But he has to go alone. Rishi, having gone for the first answer, is now no more a part of this question. He's just a silent spectator. All right, so if Kair gets it, they get the point. Otherwise, it passes like a regular dunk. Now, let's go back and see what would happen if Kair got the first answer correct. So if he'd said assist, look at the score. It's 1 point for the team. And now the second clue, when it's revealed, will get the team a second point if Rishi can answer it. So let's click on first answer. So Rishi has the answer assist there to refer to. And you look at the second clue. And now he can figure out, okay, if I have assist, what could this be? This is the Sistine Chapel. So he marks it correct. And what's the scorecard? The team has got 2 points for their own. However, what if Rishi missed this? Instead of Sistine Chapel, he said something like, whatever, the Sisterly Palace. Now it passes to the next team, Don and Kamala. Now, unfortunately, there's no more lob and dunk because the lob has already been completed. So let's say it passes. Let's see what happens if it passes. Now, Don and Kamala both have Sistine Chapel. Any one of them can go for it. But since only one part is open, it's a bonus attempt if you go for it. There is no lob and dunk over here. There is only one part open, there's a point available for it, and it's a bonus attempt. So this is basically it. When you play the game, you'll have instructions in the Staggered Smash telling you exactly what your options are and what will result. Don't worry about it. When you play a couple of games, you'll get used to it soon enough. All right, that is the explainer video. We hope you have fun in the Lob and Dunk League. All the best.